Yes, I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live right now. And you know how I start every show. Make sure you log on to doggiediamondstv.com. That is my official website. If you might have missed videos that I put out, you didn't see it within the YouTube algorithm or it's not on your feed. If you didn't check my YouTube community, then it's definitely on doggiediamondstv.com. So I need you to go there and just peek around, from time to time. Also, all my social media is on there. My store is on there, and you could even leave me a message on there. Leave me a voicemail on there. doggiediamondstv.com. Listen, man, and a lot of times people ask, yo, how could I get interviewed, man? Do you do interviews? Yes, I do interviews. Hit me up on IG at Doggie Diamonds, and you want to hop on the special offer now because it's a 35-minute interview that includes the $100 social media promo I do. It could be live streamed or taped, and you can have an additional guest sit in on your interview. Let's go. Okay. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
I'm here on the late night. I'm here. It's the next day today. Do that make sense? It's the next day, technically, on the East Coast. Shout out to Sportsway with Dre Day Podcast is in the building. Sleek 41, I see you. Star 1316 is in the building. Mix Pro 68 is in the building. Kyle Anderson 863 is in the building. Easy Lifting 22 is here as well. Garden Lenora is here as well. Vision 3030, what's up? Nate Jackson, I see you. CBS Sucker Free is in the building. A-Child, I see you as well. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yes. Dramacidal's in the building. Reggie T37347. I'm about to say Sincere is in here. I see you. Yes. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness is in the building. Yes. Boston is in the building via Sean Springs 2628. Spread Love Movement is in the building. Make sure you hit that like button. And don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yes, London is in the building. That's why I went on late too. I want some of that UK, man. Shout out to everybody in the UK. DJ Soulbuck, I see you. Bronzeville, what's up? I see everybody. Let me know where y'all from too. Yeah. Nazir James, what's going on? Yes. Louis Los, what's up? Yes. Long live mighty FBA. Without a doubt, FBA crypto soldiers in the building. At Gampino, what's up? Let me know where y'all from. Make sure you hit that like. I'm not gonna hold y'all long tonight, I promise. It's cold, man. Wano, what's up? It's cold. Chi-Town is in the building. Harlem, uh-oh. Miss Helena's in the building. Harlem. Shout out to everybody on the East Coast. Y'all up late with me. Shout out to everybody in London. I guess it's 5 a.m. and everybody on the West Coast is 9 p.m. So shout out to y'all. Hitting hard. Hartford is in the building. 80 Owen. Indiana's in the building. Georgia's in the building. Yes. Where my glasses at? Yo, I got Meta glasses that I had for a month that I ain't open. Yes, Wano, I appreciate you for tuning in. Yo, man, it's cold. Flint, Michigan's in the building. And don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did
Paper
this.
Chaser CEO is in the building. That is long time family. Long time family. Paper Chaser CEO. If you're not subscribed to that YouTube, then you don't get the who's who in hip hop. All the up and coming people gotta tap in with him and post their videos on his channel. Been in the game for a very, very long time. So make sure you tap into Paper Chaser CEO. Once, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Once was the head content poster on thisis50.com. Was the head, ran that site. So if you know anything about thisis50.com, you know that chasing, that Paper Chaser. So that was one of the main people who was bringing that fire content. And I'm gonna be honest, After paper. I say things backwards sometimes, but after Paper Chasers was gone, the site kind of went down. He kept that shit afloat. That's just the truth, you know. So shout out to him for always posting my content on there and showing love. But what's up, everybody? I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. Of course, the super chat is available. You know, when you send me a super chat, you appear on the screen over there and you get immortalized always on my lives. The Cash App is pinned. So if you want to send any monetary donations, I'm cool with that because, yo, all this shit costs, right? All these great graphics, I pay for like 6-7 programs. Man, I make it do what it do. You see the lighting is lighting, you know what I'm saying? The lighting look, you know, this all this costs. You know, I don't just set up a phone and just go live. I gotta have all the bells and whistles, but it costs. So anything you send me, I send it in. But yeah, man, that's important to have comrades like Paper Chasers because they've been in the culture for a long time. Before it was cool to be on the internet, go back to the blog era. Y'all might have missed the blog era. Yeah, the blog era was real. From when we had Forbes DVD, nah, right, this is 50, Two Dope Boys, Exclusive Zone, Smarten Up Nas. It was a website called Smarten Up Nas. That was one of my favorite. I don't know. It was a website called Smarten Up Nas. And then, but Paper Chaser still has his own website as well, too. So make sure you just tap in with that guy right there because definitely put a lot of work in this culture and deserves all the accolades. And I don't see enough shout outs going his way, but he definitely did a lot for this culture. So I'm here. I finally watched the documentary, right? Let me tell you what the holdoff was, right? The holdoff was Netflix ain't getting a coin from me.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Netflix ain't getting a coin from me. I ain't one of them dudes who paying that $7.99 a month. You know how they played us where we can't share passwords no more. They be like, yo, nah, this is being watched in another crib right now. I ain't paying that $7.99. I pay for too many programs. So what happened was, what had happened was, on a little sitey site where, you know how we do. You know how we do. I did it Brooklyn style. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, you know, I found a leg. You know what I'm saying? So I found a leg and I watched the documentary. And I was, all right, what on the documentary that we didn't know? Just really think about the documentary because I had to watch it for you know, it's so much talk of it. You know, I've interviewed Mark Curry, Gene Deal. I've interviewed a lot of people that's involved in this Diddy story. And I spoke to one of my little bros from Junior Mafia today. I ain't gonna put his name out there, but one of the main characters, it wasn't C's. I'll just say that, even though C's is my little bro too. I didn't speak to C's in a minute. I spoke to one of the main characters, and when I say main characters, I mean one of the main people, not character in a derogatory way, but one of the main people from Junior Mafia that was there. And I was discussing something, and I was like, yo, bro, why you don't say nothing about the documentary and all that? He's like, because it's a lot of cap in there, and I'ma hurt a lot of feelings. And, you know, this thing with Biggie and Tupac has been going on for a long time. Like, we talking over, all right, think about this. It's 2025. So that automatically makes it 25 years. They passed at 90-something. So that makes it automatically 25 plus the 90-something. So when we start talking 96 and 97, we talking like 28, 29 years, you know? So for that narrative to still be being ran is deep. I do understand it because their unalivings are unsolved. So, you know, I think people want justice, but I just think people want to be nosy, and plus it's just something to talk about, right? I watched the documentary. It was just, you know, I heard all the stories already. It wasn't nothing in there that I didn't hear already, that y'all didn't hear. It was just things in there that I just thought was just cap though. Like the Lil Rod, just calling a nigga Little Rod is wild though. Just really.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yo, Little Rod. What's the nigga name? Rodney or something? I'm gonna just call you Rodney because I ain't calling no man Little Rod. That's just what it is. I ain't calling you Little Rod. We gonna have to do something else. I'm not calling no man Little Rod, right? I already said it too much. So when you hear me say Rodney, I'm talking about dude, right? My thing is this, right? I hate when people say my thing is this and I just said it. My thing is this, right? Not only am I a male, I'm a man, right? Where's your manhood at? See, everything is just like pause, but just think about this. Like, nobody can't do nothing to you that you don't allow them to do. First and foremost, I ain't slept in a bed with another male since we had to sleep in the same bed because we was 5, 6 years old, something like that. No grown ass man supposed to be in the bed with another man. I don't care if it's a king size. You gotta get your own room. We not staying in the same hotel. We gonna do twins or something like that. But it ain't no way. I don't care how close we is. I'm not laying in the bed with another man. So there's no way I'm gonna lay in the bed with another man and talk about I woke up sore. Now, I work out every day. That's the only time I'm waking up sore. If you woke up sore because you was in the bed with another man, this my thing, right? How could you be sore twice? Now, anything can happen once, right? Well, not in my book, because pew, pew, that's a whole different thing. But anything can happen once. But when it happened twice, third time's a charm? Come on, man. There's no way. Like, I just wasn't jacking that. I'm like, yeah, I ain't jacking this. And then he told a story how they so-called went in the bathroom and blasted someone, and then he called the ambulance and all that, and I'm like, yo, come on, man. Like, cause see me, look, right? I got 3 things going for me. I got book smarts, I got street smarts, and I got common sense. So anything that happens that don't make no sense to me, that ain't got nothing to do with no books and no streets. It just don't make sense. So anytime I hear something and it don't sound right, I'm like, that shit don't sound right. And then sometimes I'll be like, yo, that sound right to y'all? And discernment is just gone these days. Like, for the story, for the narrative, people just believe anything these days. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, all right, so this is what they did. You watched them allegedly put in some work in the bathroom. Nobody got bagged for it, right? So you were so shook. But you was there playing instruments, strumming a damn guitar with a dude, and you were so shook that you was letting nigga tickle your fancy. Why you ain't just bounce? Yo, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? Growing up, I had beef on certain blocks, right? Like, I had beef on certain blocks, with the hood. I couldn't go down Myrtle Avenue, certain places, right? I couldn't go by nowhere to Fort Greene section, nowhere to Clinton Hill section, second Clinton Hill. I had to be like down by Marcy or something. Any place I ever been in my life where I didn't have to be there or I shouldn't have been there, I wasn't there. There is no way I'm gonna be somewhere and the nigga tickling my fancy. And then I'm here telling y'all, getting mic'd up and shit, putting a lapel on and shit and getting mic'd up and, lips all percolating, holleration in the dancery. Nigga got on a pink ass cardigan or some shit, and I'm telling y'all what happened to me. Yo, nah, man. Nah. I just, nah, that story ain't storying to me. Ain't no way I'm gonna be there, pretty Mary sunlight. See, I'm not gonna be sitting somewhere playing the guitar in the day, and I know at night this nigga somewhere like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't happening. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. We gotta stop giving passes to willing participants and stuff. We gotta stop giving passes to willing participants. And you know, sometimes the payoff is the nigga traded that motherfucking he traded his fancy for the fantasy. Right? Because at the end of the day, when you think you're gonna get paid and you think you gonna do certain things, yo, you'll keep that money. We'll get that money in court. I'm not gonna sit around and let a nigga motherfucking tickle my fucking fancy, strumming the guitar and playing the flute and all this shit like that and playing keys. And I know at the end of the night, this nigga's on some wild shit. Just really think about that. What money is worth it? Ain't no money worth no type of abuse. That's just it. And I'm not gonna be sitting around telling stories of what I saw. After the fact, you ever been somewhere and you be like, yo, these niggas tripping, I'm leaving. You done been in places. We all been in places where the comfortability wasn't comfortable. You be like, yo, I'm out. You ever be somewhere now, this nigga somewhere allegedly sniffing fucking pink cocaine? Them niggas died that shit? Them niggas somewhere smoking and sniffing Beijing cocaine, and you hanging with a nigga who's sniffing pink cocaine? Billy D said, hip hop so trash, all you bloggers do is promo drama. Not me, I promo other stuff too. But yo, what's your name, Billy D? SMD. Why you at it? SMD. Why you grown men that gossip every night? Why you tuning in? You could be somewhere making love to a beautiful woman, tucking your kids in, but you here watching me. So what does that say about you? You a Rodney dude. You're a willing participant. Because if I'm gossiping and you listening to it, I got you. Think about that. You could be somewhere, you could be making love to a beautiful woman. You could be somewhere spanking your monkey like you do every other night, but you here thinking you checking me. Just really think about that. You could be reading the Grinch to your kids, but you hear you grown men gossip every night. Think about that. You could be anywhere, but you here. So I got you. I got your mind. Go to the store for me. I want some drum rolls and I want a double burger with cheese. I control you. I control what you watch. How about that? I control you. I got your attention.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
You hear that? You hear that? I got you. Your wife ain't even got you tonight. I make you do what I want you to do. And you a mook and you can't even ride with me. But I'm gonna make you do what the hell I want you to do. Wait for GNC to open. I need some new protein. You sit outside and wait for it to open. Anyway, fucking bozo. But listen though, there's no way, like I said, as a man, because you gotta say as a man nowadays, that's like all niggas understand, right? I don't like saying that because niggas be like, yo, as a man, I'm like, so you as a man right now, so what are you any other time? Like, the fuck, I don't want you to be as a man, so you chameleon and morphed into a man now, but any other time, anyway, that's your politic, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But check it, right? So I didn't really believe the raw dude. I don't believe dude. You seen him in there fucking playing the keys. Yo, how could you play the keys comfortably and you know a nigga somewhere like this? Nah, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. You keep that bread. Yo, I'm going home. Because if you was a child, you might not have free will. But as an adult, as a grown-ass man, nobody can make you do anything which you don't want to do. I don't care how much money you're offered. I don't care how much money you're owed. I'm out. And I'm gonna punch you. Hold on. I gotta hit him with the Clyde Smith.
And I'm gonna punch you in your face.
Word. Listen, sometimes, even if you get your ass whooped, right? This is me in a nutshell, right? Me, I'm gonna take off on somebody. Y'all gonna jump me, but at least I took off. I'm gonna be like, yo, yeah, them niggas, I have a stake on my eye, shit, or a rag on my eye. Yo, the niggas got me. But yo, I took off on them. The nigga was playing too much. I'm just saying, like, this is how some of us was raised. Don't listen, anybody out there listening to, you can hear my voice right now. Never stay in a place where you're not wanted, welcome, or you feel uncomfortable. There's nothing more, there's other places you could be. Sometimes you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, but you should never be anywhere that you feel like you're being abused. Let's say that, right? Sometimes you got to go in places that places that you uncomfortable, but you can't be somewhere where somebody is just tickling your fucking fancy and you don't want them to, right? Because like I said, I did some I worked out today. So tomorrow, you know, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. This is the understanding. I understand why I'm going to be sore, why my chest is gonna be sore, why my biceps is gonna be sore. I understand, right? But if you wake up and your rump don't feel right, right? Feel like a nigga kicked you in your sit down? I'm not telling nobody, for one. I ain't telling nobody. And it ain't gonna happen twice, because you're gonna hear this. Hold on.
You're going, please hold. Go ahead.
Yo, man, I had to lay this nigga down last night. What happened? Yo, that nigga played games.
You're getting a call from Dun Correctional Facility. Please hold. Go ahead.
Yo, man, they got me. What happened? Hold on. Yo, man, they got me. Yo, what happened? Yo, the nigga was playing games, man. I had to, is he dead? That's just the truth. There's no way I'm going to sit on the documentary and be like, and I woke up sore sometimes. Hold on. What's your name? Miss Helena. So you said if he leave, he don't get paid. So Miss Helena. Okay, Miss Helena, respectfully. So you're suggesting that dudes stay and just get tampered with for the money? Really think about that, though. Miss Helena, think about what you're saying. He should stay at night and know that he's going to get tampered. He know the nigga's going to dig in his crates in the middle of the night, make him sniff some pink cocaine, dig in his crates, and in the morning he got to strum a guitar. For the money? Is the money worth it? You're sending the wrong message out there. We think about the youth right now. We trying to educate the youth. You can't be doing that shit. You know you sitting there, you going some Theolonians monk shit playing. You know what I'm saying? Jamming, and then you know at night this nigga going to tamper with you, come bring you some goddamn some pink Fun Dip. And you know the nigga going to dig in your crates. Nah, it ain't. No. This nigga brought you some pink Fun Dip and then going to fun dip in you. Nah, you sending the wrong message, Miss Helena. Don't listen to her. Please. To the youth that's going to watch me later, don't listen to her. She's tripping. She is tripping. There's no way a nigga going to bring you some Fun Dip and then fun dipping you for the money. No nigga should be digging in your crates looking for a sample. It ain't gonna happen. So I don't believe dude. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think you was you was like, yo, man. Sometimes, they say, you gotta do what you gotta do. No. No. Sometimes you gotta leave. All the time, you gotta leave. I done been in place, I'm telling you, I done been on blocks where it's like, yo, you ever been somewhere and you see motherfuckers getting a little unruly? Because anytime it's somewhere, some liquor and some fun dip, some pink shit, all right, I'm going to be real with you. I never really seen coke up close. I'm not a coke dealer, never been a coke rapper, anything. I ain't with none of that shit, right? I never really seen coke up close. I saw crack, but I never saw it in the coke form. Imagine the motherfucker bring you some pink shit, and this nigga like, nigga just sniff some fun dip. Fun dip used to be, you had that little sugar ass stick. Imagine the nigga sniff some pink strawberry fun dip in front of you and be like, and then you wake up tampered with. Ain't that much money in the world. I'm just being real. Ain't that much money in the world. No, you ain't passing me no strawberry fun dip. And I'm like, cause this nigga gonna try to dip in you for fun. And you told you about you woke up sore some nights. You don't even know what happened. You just woke up in the next morning and you was sore. Nigga, please. Nah. No, I'm not. No. What did Cat Williams say? Sometimes you gotta tell a nigga no. But most of the time, you gotta punch a nigga in the face. Like, I'm gonna tell you something too. They know who to try that shit with and who to play that with, right? They know who to play that shit with, because when you come across or you carry it a certain way, they ain't even gonna want you around, because they're gonna be like, yo, we can't even try this nigga. This nigga gonna kill us in here. It's just real. So if you got a little bit of monk fruit, a little glucose, a little stevia, a little cane sugar in your tank, you got like a teaspoon, niggas gonna try it. Niggas gonna try it. Straight like that. The niggas gonna try it. Cause this is what they all doing. And even if I'm somewhere and I see niggas tripping, I'm gonna be like, nah, y'all niggas on some other shit. And I'm telling everybody. That's how I would carry it. Y'all, nah, them niggas was mooking out last night. I ain't never going back there. Remember when I was on Drink Champs? And I said, yo, I'm the type that go in the room and see an elephant. I'm gonna be like, yo, there's a fucking elephant in here. And you ain't gonna tell me, what elephant? I don't see an elephant. Could you imagine an elephant drop a deuce of how much shit an elephant drops out? And y'all, we all in here smelling elephant shit. And this nigga's like, brrr! And motherfuckers acting like ain't no elephant there because we all gotta keep a secret. Nah, I ain't good at keeping secrets. Nope. Call me what you want. Y'all not gonna put me to the test where, yeah, all right, he not gonna tell. Nah, I'm telling. Them niggas is in there mooking around. Them niggas is tickling each other fancies, sniffing and smoking pink fun dip. Them niggas was wilding. You in there, this nigga fucking, and niggas is like, I don't see any elephant. Just really think about that. So I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. Don't listen. I'm gonna just put this out there. Don't invite me nowhere. I'm telling everybody. Yo, them niggas was in there mooking around. Them niggas jumped on the ground and was doing the worm. Them niggas was in there wilding. Yo, first and foremost, and let's keep it real. Once a nigga start Harlem shaking, you gotta look at them suspect anyway, because I don't know no niggas who just shake their shoulders anyway. Just think about that. The real niggas gonna get a proper two-step in. You don't do no shoulder shit. That's that shit women used to do. Remember when women used to have them tops down and they used to do that shit? Ain't no way I'm doing that. So the Harlem Shake was always a little sus to me. Unless you were a little kid, you could get away with it. But when you start seeing grown-ass men still doing that shoulder shit, niggas, I was like, yo, niggas in there would start doing some shoulder shit. I was getting a good two-step. You know, two-step, you can stay in one spot. You ain't even got to move. You ain't got to be around nobody. Yo, I don't do gripper talk over here, man. Grip, don't use that word over here. That's sus. Anybody that's sus. Don't use that word over here. That word getting blocked. Just don't, we don't use that over here, all right? Leave that to niggas who like that type of talk. I don't talk about that, all right? Let's just leave that out of here. Run tell that. But anyway, once you see niggas doing like some shit with their shoulder and shimmying and shit, nah, cause just think about it. We all getting the proper two-step. Two-step is just so universal. It don't matter the speed. It don't matter the tempo. You could just still get a two-step on. You ain't got to go do a fast two-step because it's about 97, 98 beats per minute. And you could just do that shit for dolo. You ain't got to be around nobody, right? So think about this. The minute a nigga starts shaking his shoulders, where the fuck is that? Like, I remember growing up, that was some shit that you see women on Soul Train do, remember? Like, they start shaking their shoulder. They always had the tops. They would have, like, titty meat up here and shit. So when niggas start shaking their shoulders, when the fuck they start doing that? So I would automatically be like, yo, these niggas are shaking their shoulders. I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know what's happening. So I don't believe homie. Moving right along. What I noticed was absent. Thank you, Miss Naughty Locks. And anyway, I don't even want to deal with that. What was absent was anything with Jane Doe. There was no mention of her, which I thought was suspect because a lot of the case was about her. She was one of the main witnesses. And for some reason, that was just omitted from the documentary. So I thought that was a little weird. Not that she should have been in it, but she should have at least been spoken about, because why was the Cassie stuff spoken about if Jane Doe wasn't spoken about? So why was that omitted from the documentary? So that right there would show the bias to me, because I'm like, if they had covered her story, that would have been cool. And homie, this nigga out of nowhere just came out of nowhere saying he Tupac cousin. We ain't never seen this nigga. I'm Tupac cousin. Word. I'm the fucking president of Costa Rica. Then this nigga just came out of nowhere and said, I'm Tupac cousin. And just told us mad stories. And we was just like, oh yeah, this is Tupac cousin. We ain't never seen this nigga with Tupac. This nigga never did the Humpty Hump. This nigga never clowned around when he hang around with the underground. Who is the Smack? Who is this nigga? So it's like, yo, this is Tupac cousin. Okay. So what is the story he's telling? Because according to the story he was telling, he was like, he was in jail. So what the fuck is you talking about? Like, if you're going to say you Tupac cousin, you got to at least have a baldy bean. You got to have a nose ring. This nigga don't look nothing like Tupac. This nigga look like one of the niggas on Canal Street selling bags. I'm just being real. La Fiesta says, does 50 get a pass for dry snitching? Ain't nobody get a pass for nothing, but it's all content. Like, if, when we in the content game now, it's just the content game. Everything goes, the lines are so blurred now, so whatever. But back to homie. This nigga look like a straight up Utica nigga talk about he Tupac cousin. I ain't never seen this nigga. Man, I don't give a you talking about he's Tupac cousin, he in old pictures. I'm in old pictures with mad people. What that mean? I'm just saying, if he's Tupac cousin, where has he been? Real talk, Pac cousin was in the joint when the quad situation went down, but he knows everything. Cat. If you wasn't there, you don't know nothing. You do know that, right? If you wasn't there to witness anything firsthand, or you don't get a firsthand account from somebody that was there, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You got a story like everybody else, and you're regurgitating what somebody told you. So now, y'all believe everything about the quad studio shit? When my people was there, Biggie is my people, and the other guys that was there was my people. Y'all still believe that Biggie knew Tupac was coming. And he didn't. He didn't know Tupac was coming. They was in a whole different session doing their thing. And then you had another session going on somewhere. So what are you on the documentary for? I'm just saying, what is he on the documentary for? If he's Tupac cousin, I don't care if he's Tupac's stepbrother. What is he there for? To say what? He's there to say what? So again, I just, what are you on the documentary for? To tell us what? And he got mad burn. This nigga got mad burn on the documentary. I'm like, yo, why they keep showing this nigga? What does he have to offer to this? Like, this nigga was like a fucking extra and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. I don't listen. Even if he is Tupac cousin, he's still saying hearsay. He wasn't there. And the people who was there, a few of them are deceased. Dead men don't tell no tales. And then what they won't do, why they don't really tell the truth. So why he didn't really say what happened to Pac? If he was there, right? Or if he wasn't there and he knew what happened, why didn't he say about the shooting? Why they keep saying dude shot Tupac when it was alleged that Tupac shot himself? Is that in the documentary? But the story is they robbed him and shot him. Because that's a good story. That's what I'm saying. So now we got to pick and choose what we want to believe. And I ain't got no time for that. Once I don't believe one thing you said, I don't believe nothing you say. I don't have time to say, oh, he might be telling the truth right there. But you know, the other 99 times, the nigga was lying. Nah, once you a liar, you a liar. Don't let me catch you in no lie. Don't let me use my discernment. And like Mike 1393 said, you know what's funny, right? Like I said, I was talking to one of my bros today from Junior Mafia. And I said, yo, bro, why you don't speak? And he was like, yo, you could talk. He's like, yo, you could talk. He said, yo, you could talk. You from the hood. Like, Big was your man too. And I thought about that today. I said, yo, I don't really be telling the stories that I know out of respect for the deceased. Also, respect for the living. Howard Mitchell, I'm caping for Diddy. How am I caping for Diddy? I'm telling the truth. What are you shaking my fuck? So you mad now, Howard Mitchell? Did I ruin your night? Are you gonna throw up your cereal? You got on a onesie with the feet in the bottom. You mad? You caping? This nigga like,
You caping for Diddy, shaking my fucking head.
you really type that and you feel masculine? You caping for Diddy, shaking my fucking head? So you mad now, right? You upset? Did I bother you? This nigga said, you caping for Diddy, shaking my fuck. This nigga got on a onesie pajamas with the feet in the bottle. You know them little plastic feet? This nigga got on that shit with doodle stains. And this nigga like, you caping for Diddy. I'm not caping for nobody. Anybody who know me know I ain't a fan of dude. But we gotta call a spade a spade. We not gonna be biased, right? That's when you a sucker. When you see something with your own two eyes and you be like, I don't care. I don't like him. I don't care. That's some bitch shit. I didn't say Diddy was didn't have no wrongdoing. I'm saying little Rodney, I don't believe you. And I'm saying that dude who's talking about the quad shooting shit, he wasn't there. Shit, I could talk about it then too. So what had happened was, right? They allegedly, this what happened, right? But let me tell you. Let me start from the beginning. What had happened, see, anybody could do that. And that's the problem now. We don't get enough facts. We get a lot of regurgitation. And some people hear stories so much, they start thinking they was there. I mean, y'all listen to Jaguar Wright. So what the fuck could you tell me? You caping for Diddy. I don't like that nigga. Let's be real. I got more coverage of him derogatory than anybody. Remember, I did interview Gene Deal. I interviewed Mark Curry. So I'm not caping for nobody. But I'm supposed to say what had happened was, right? So look, Pac done took and he came in the studio. And it was 3 guys there with masks on, right? And they pulled out their pistols. Anybody could do that. Anybody could do that. Anybody could do that. So when you talking about some shit and you wasn't there, what could you really talk about? You wasn't there. So you should say, I heard. Don't say it like it's factual. Say, I heard. Pac told me. Somebody told me. Because a lot of people are not credible to speak. But again, we're just in the age where anybody want any information. And as long as the information was just being given out. Hey, so I put out this Gene Deal clip, right? From an old interview that I did on the channel. And it got my Instagram at Doggie Diamonds. At Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Shameless plug. You should follow me. I have some of the best social media out there. You know, I try to put up great content, but at Doggie Diamonds, just spell it the thing. You know what I'm saying? Spell it at Doggie Diamonds. I put out the clip of Gene Deal, and he said that he saw a check, right? Now, because of the context, people say, this is cap, this is cap, this is cap. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to give it a little context and maybe you would understand a little bit more, because the word is, who pays for a hit with a check? Right? That's what the comments is. So, when you give somebody a check, this is what happens in the underworld. When you give somebody a check for this, it's really for that. So when he says he saw the check, who's going to just make that up? So for the people who don't believe it, I ain't trying to convince you. But Diddy did say, don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. He said that. That ain't what I said. You know, with that horrible offbeat flow, sound like he talking. Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. I don't, you know, you could take that how you want. So when a nigga like he saw the check and he know who got it and he know what it was for, but he don't know where it come from, I understood what he was saying because I did the interview. But when the nigga say, don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks, you can't say he don't write checks because he said he write checks. So when a nigga say, I seen the check, yo, yo, and then Zip name is all in it. I heard that a long time ago. The thing was Zip, and I heard about the Zip thing and his connection with the Crips. I heard about that. That's not new. That's old. But I'm gonna be real with you. When I first heard of that shit, some of the shit sounds so far fetched that they was even saying that Diddy was like, use this actual burner, and so a lot of shit was sounding far fetched. But then now, I was like, yo, is Keefy D regurgitating, or was this nigga really there? Keefy D. Let's just talk about Keefy D for 1 second. I don't 100% trust Greg Caden. I'm just gonna say that. Because he's police. Like, who the fuck trusts the cops? Like, when we start listening to the words of cops, like, so that right there is a little weird, right? We be like, Greg Caden said, and I'll be like, don't that nigga work for the government? Like, when the fuck we start believing the government? Like, Greg Caden said, you gotta take that shit with a grain of salt. That's just me. Like, the cops said? When the fuck we start listening to cops? So, and if Keefy D's story is real, if what Greg Caden is saying is real, why they ain't charged this nigga Diddy yet? Or are they going to? Because something is weird. So if I allegedly put in this work and I say, dude, pay me, why the nigga ain't getting charged? Or are they going to? So that right there was a little alarming. Keefy D. Now, Keefy D gotta be, I don't know, like, you got dumb, and then you got like fucking stupid. I don't know if he's stupid or dumb. like how do we differentiate between somebody being stupid and dumb? Like, I'm confused. What? That nigga, you ask Keefy D how old he is, that nigga be like red. It's like, respectfully, growing up, you know, we all went to school, right? And there was some classes where it was like 3-4 teachers and like 2 niggas and shit. Like, now those people are on the internet commenting with us. They're commenting with us. So, how you do a profit session in like a restaurant? Was the profit session in the office? Keefy D definitely ate lead paint, I believe. Like, he definitely just shit. Like, there is no way that this nigga was resource room. Like, there's no way that, because this is the thing, right? Not only did he say the shit that they allegedly did, right? This motherfucker wrote a book. This nigga was going on interview like, yeah, we killed Pac. He reached over my shoulder, and I'm like, this nigga think he got immunity? First and foremost, Keefy D, I don't know if nobody never told you. You a nigga. Niggas don't get immunity. I don't care what they tell you. They're gonna come back and get you. They be like, you ever seen the end of Carlito's Way? Like, come on, let's leave. Come on, let's leave. No, you stay here, nigga. You a piece of shit. You just set your man up. You think you coming with me? So, if you been in the game for a long time, you know they're coming for you too. Or they're gonna tell everybody that you a rat and then let the community handle you. This shit is just the truth. I mean, you really are who you say you are. Like, come on, Sonny, let's leave. No, you stay here, nigga. Keefy D, was it worth it? You just shouldn't have spoke. Oh, this nigga said, hold on, let me take the specs off. This nigga said, RB 6432, New York. Y'all brought all that occult and gay-ish to hip-hop. You know everybody's not a mook, right? So if we want to be idiots, right? Because that's idiotic to say that, right? And y'all should have let him live. Let him live. Right? If I was saying something ignorant, right? On the West Coast, y'all niggas was relaxing y'all hair with jerry curls for how long? So an ignorant person would say, yo, y'all was getting jerry curls, y'all was mooks for a long time. Because we was off jerry curls. Like jerry curls hit New York. That shit was quick. Yo, I don't know about the foreigners and shit. They still was with that shit. And there wasn't no niggas with jerry curls. Unless they was in an R&B group or some shit. So that's like saying y'all niggas was in the 90s with curls. That's asinine to say that. So to say y'all brought this to the culture, so what y'all did, follow it? Again, nobody can make you a mook. Occultism, you're talking about the same occult stuff that Mexico was once California, that's there too, the Day of the Dead and all that shit and that shit? I mean, what are we talking about? Please don't come. This is a smart chat. This is an intelligent chat. Don't come here with some stupid shit, because that had nothing to do with nothing. That had nothing to do with, we was going to do corny attacks on people. We can do that. So anyway. Keefy D's a fool. Capricorn. I didn't really. First of all, he was acquitted of all this stuff. So what you telling the story for? Yo, I'm gonna give y'all something. Diddy is the new O.J. Simpson. Meaning that legally, he got away with it. Because some of the shit they was blaming him for, I'm like, nigga did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, nah, nigga did that shit. But legally, he got away with it. So if he wasn't charged, because what they put the Cassie thing in there for us to look and say, damn, he kicked the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? This nigga Seth Rollins her. Dragged her, right? So the court of public opinion, we gonna say, oh, nah, that's fucked up. And it is. But she writing this nigga love letters and shit. She calling niggas to get her drawers bust. That nigga wasn't even down sometimes. He was just like, yo, I feel like freaking off. And with all due respect, this is what money and fame chasing does to you and for you. And this is the great dupe, because if you have a college student that's an athlete once upon a time, because I think they get paid now, but that was an athlete, and they eating ramen noodles and struggling, and somebody come and say, hey man, let me be your booster, sign with me in 3 years, I'll give you this. When you take somebody who has nothing and offer them something, they're going to take what they deem to be something. Really think about that. If you got 0, frozen bagel, 0, Let me just watch what I'm doing with my fingers. Niggas like, look, man, I told you he was Illuminati. Look at 3532. Look what he did with his hands. A nigga gonna be Illuminati. Me. These niggas don't even like me. But anyway, if you take a 0 and put a 1 in front of a 0, a measly ass 1, it becomes 10. 10 is better than nothing to some people. They had asking people, what would you do for fucking Klondike bar? Look at the shit people was willing to do for a Klondike bar. If you 45 and older, you remember that. Look what people was gonna do for a fucking Klondike bar. What you think people would do for $10? $10 motherfucking dollars. She was with Ryan Leslie. He had her non-talented ass singing and shit. That was the worst shit I ever heard in my life. She couldn't sing worth shit. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, catch me tomorrow. Catch the playback. I appreciate your super chat. Now look, what was attractive? And I'm saying this with all due respect. What was attractive about Cassie? Let's just be honest. See, when niggas started saying that she exotic and this exotic woman shit, and you gotta be half fucking Korean and half fucking Botswanan and shit, that was that age. So what was the attraction to her? You knew she was Asian because she had no ass at all, right? No ass at all? She had no ass at all. She's flat-chested. What was the attraction? Fucking weak-ass face card. So the fact that she might look like a fucking ladyboy to some, that's why niggas was attracted to her. She looked like she looked like a fucking ladyboy. To me, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? So all that she's beautiful, she ain't no fucking beautiful. Kim Porter was beautiful. Kim Porter was a beautiful woman. Kim Porter is beautiful. But it's the fact that she looked like a fucking ladyboy and you was able to manipulate her. And she gave up a dude who brought her in the culture for the riches, the fame, and all of that. And then this nigga got you sniffing Fun Dip. First of all, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think no non-black women are beautiful. That's the system of WP that got you looking at other people besides your fellow black women and saying, she's beautiful. Beautiful how? Remember she shaved the side of her fucking head? Looking like a fucking hair, and y'all chicks was doing this shit, and she looked like a fucking extra from 300 or some shit like that. I'm like, yo, this chick is not bad. But the allure to her was ladyboy, naive, and he took a nigga bitch. You do know she's better because he felt like he took her. Because she wasn't talented. Scrawny as a motherfucker, like I'm just saying. How could you climb on top of that shit and be like, yeah. Just really think about that. And then she calling, what's them niggas' name? Why was y'all interviewing them niggas too? Why they was getting burned? This nigga talking, what's this niggas? These niggas had wild names and shit, the fucking Dragon Slayer and shit. Like, imagine a nigga, your chick got fucking Dragon Slayer saved in her phone and shit. Like, these niggas was saying they was getting the creeps from each other and shit. This nigga was playing the motherfucking, this nigga was collect. No, first of all right, Dragon Slayer, whatever. This is what I'm saying. We gotta go through the documentary. We gotta go through person to person. First of all, Dragon Slayer, whatever your name was, motherfucking, Loose Caboose, whatever the fuck your name was, right? I don't know why you got interviewed. Because there's no way in hell that me could be about to knock the stuffing off another chick, Egg McMuffin, and it's a nigga like this peeking through the blinds. Just really think about that. I mean, we all could be, I guess, freaky, but it's a thin line between freak and you just being real with you. I can't even use that word. It's a thin line. Now, once I achieve ejaculation, and niggas is playing in that shit, and I know it. I don't want to play no more. Whoa. Nah, I'm not going back. And you did all that shit for $6,000? That shit ain't no money. What, you could pay a car note and a condo or something? This is what I'm saying. Once you go somewhere and the shit is like, the fuck is going on? Now, you know for a fact that we, as black people, we scared of shit. Right? We scared. Like, we go anywhere. We still believe in ghosts and shit. Right now, one of these doors open, this live is over. I'm going to grab that motherfucking pistol. I'm shooting at a ghost. That's how really real it is. So you mean to tell me you went somewhere and this nigga had on a mask and you didn't fear for your life? That shit wasn't during the Rona season. And the nigga with a mask. Hold on, you think you get linking with a shorty and the nigga somewhere with a mask, with a disguise voice, talking about, yeah, man, do this. This nigga Diddy was on some Charlie's Angel shit. You ain't even see this nigga. Just really think about that. How could you knock something down? And it's Charlie from Charlie's Angels somewhere telling you, yeah, man, move your balls over. Lift her leg. Fuck is that? Just really think about that. Because you know when you get in, first of all, she's not voluptuous or nothing, right? She don't have nothing that make you feel like, yo, she bad, right? She might got some DSLs. I give her that. She got DSLs. I give her that. But most of the time, when you see these other women are bad, we always say like they have the features of black women. So imagine, Paper Chasers, I appreciate you, bro. Now imagine you trying to knock something down and you hear, I don't see your balls. Move your balls. You going back? This nigga was giving you direction. And then this nigga in the cut somewhere. Like, first of all of us are scared of ghosts. So there's no way you're going to see some shadowy figure somewhere, because me, in my right mind, not unless he was fucking with the pink fun dip too, right? I'm going to be like, yo, hold up. Buddy, you mook. Fuck he. Nah, because you going to automatically be like, yo, if that nigga come over here and try some shit with me, all this shit over. There is no more party. Like, we ain't freaking off. We ain't partying. We ain't doing shit. So just really think about this nigga somewhere in the shadows. This nigga like, hold on. I'm gonna show you what this nigga like. Hold on. Let me get this app right. No. Wrong app. Hold on. Let me use this app. Hold on. This is for the culture. Hold on. Just bear with me.
Move your balls.
It ain't no way in hell. You in the room. Remember they said they screwed in like the red lights and shit, so it looked like this, basically.
Move your nuts over.
It ain't no way in hell. I'm getting gully, and I hear that.
I can't see your nuts.
It ain't no way. I'm out of here. I'm scared now. It's too dark in here. I sleep with a nightlight, and I'm a grown-ass man in my pistol. I ain't fucking with no ghosts. I ain't dealing with no spooky shit. So it ain't no way you going somewhere to get gully. Niggas done broke you over some racks and you hear,
tuck your nuts back.
Nah, I'm out. I don't want my coat. I don't want nothing. I'm out. I gotta go. This shit done got weird on me. Straight like that. This nigga's somewhere like this. On some Charlie's Angels shit? And you don't see him? All you hear is a fucking voice? This nigga sitting somewhere with a hood? We done seen all we seen. We read what we read. We hear about how you didn't know you was going there and they was gonna fucking sacrifice you. You had some of that pink funded. Because this the first thing I'ma think, yo, these niggas on some wild shit. There's no way I'm going somewhere and this nigga somewhere fucking talking like there's speakers everywhere and shit.
I don't see your nuts anymore.
And you like,
My bad.
nah. Not the kid, all right? Maybe some of y'all will rock with that. Maybe some of y'all will take the money because y'all could be bored, right? Y'all do something strange for change. Not me. Oh, I'm trying to turn the lights back on because I'm scared. I don't really fuck around with the dark like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with the dark. So let me get these lights on. Hold on. Nigga scared. I ain't got my burner close to me. I ain't even got no knife. No, I stab a nigga with this flash drive. Yo, hold on. Let me get these lights on. All right, there we go. All right, we back. My bad. So I'm just saying, would you go somewhere and the nigga talking through you like some little voice box or some shit and giving you instructions? Or even giving her instructions? Like, who the fuck is that nigga? And then you find out later on it's the diddler, and you and you go back, and you've been keeping all this shit a secret. And then one nigga gonna say she got the creeps and all that shit, and this chick talk about her mouth was sore and shit. What the fuck was y'all doing? Now, again, we're adults here, right? We're all adults. Hopefully we are. We done got gully before, right? When shit start getting sore, that shit ain't fun no more. This shit is like, what the fuck are we doing now? And then they said something again about, he said, oh, that baby oil got G in it. Cat. Because let's be honest, if the baby oil had that in it, why didn't he get charged for it? They took all the fucking baby oil, right? That's could have been one of the biggest charges against him. Because remember when they was like fucking, this nigga had wild lube and like fucking 900 gallons of baby oil and shit. I'm like, first of all, you ever try to put baby oil in the summertime? Your ass will cook. This nigga was in Miami. You could barely put on lotion and shit. You ever put baby oil on in the summer? Your ass will literally cook. Your ass will start frying. You can fry chicken in baby oil. Don't try this at home. I'm just saying. So if the baby oil had a little G in it, that was a wild charge. Why was that not a charge? Just really think about that. Because the G is going to do what? You rub that shit on your skin, you be like, feel a little tired up in here. I need a little nappy nap. That's what that shit gonna do to you, right? Ain't that what called, the scrape, So there is no way that he was like, yeah, and the G had a little, the baby oil had a little G in it. Now, how destitute do you have to be to go back somewhere that made you uncomfortable and you felt it was wrong? Because it's a thin line, in my opinion, between being a victim and a willing participant and an accomplice. That's just me. Like I said, niggas better not never invite me nowhere. Nobody better not tell you to come. Yo, I'm gonna call y'all niggas custies. I'm gonna take off on somebody like, yo, you can't take that. Why you think they don't invite me nowhere? Why you think I don't like Art Basel or what Art Basel? I didn't even know what that shit is. Is it Art Basel or Basel? I ain't into no art. This is art. I ain't looking at no shit on the wall and be like, yeah, that painting is. I don't know shit about paintings. So now all of a sudden, I'm gonna wait till I'm of this age, a nigga from Brooklyn. Now I know all about art. I'm gonna go to Art Basel and play grab ass with everybody else. We was all at Art Basel or Art Basel, whatever. Basil, oregano, Art Basel, Art cilantro. I don't know what the fuck is how you pronounce that. But listen, I don't know nothing about art. I'm just being real with you. They could draw some shit. I'd be like, yo, that shit was firm. Niggas be like, no, the streak right there and this not art. I don't know. You trying to tell me y'all niggas know now? Now all of a sudden, we know all about art. We go in art galleries now. We know that the Mona Lisa, no, that's a dupe. Shit, all I knew was Bob Ross. The white boy with the fern. Ba, 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 ba. That's all I knew. All I know is Bob Ross. I never was into no Basquiat shit because, he was on the type of time he was on. So I ain't never rock with that. So my thing is, all I knew was Bob Ross. All I knew was Bob Ross. And he's like, here lives a pretty little tree. And now I'm going to take and put a little bit of booger green on there. Now, I'm gonna put a little Van Dyke brown. This nigga never had regular colors and shit. This nigga was like, and over here, I'm gonna dip a little bit of period blood red. Now, for the top of the house, I'm gonna use a little bit of piss color yellow. That's all I knew was Bob Ross. I don't know nothing about none of this shit. I don't know nothing about none of that. Now these niggas is painting experts and get off Jay-Z dick. I just want to put that out there. Now y'all niggas know all about art. Now y'all know about paintings and shit. I know about Bob Ross, that nigga with that red, from the night girl. That nigga had a firm, That's what I'm saying. I don't know nothing about none of that other shit. You know, we had Art Basel. Doing what? Because that's where a lot of the grab ass be going on. Like, see, when you put yourself in these places and spaces, look who run the space and place. There be a lot of grab ass. I'm not trying to be around no grab ass. If you a real G, a chick can't even grab your ass. It's just being, look, because nowadays niggas be talking about getting their salad tossed in. All types of shit is just a go now. It ain't a go with me. I ain't with certain shit. Not now, not ever, not then, not tomorrow. Just being real. Just being real. Y'all niggas been treading the line of bullshit, and I'm here to let you know you a fun boy. And nobody never told you. Because even if it's a chick and you getting your fancy tickled, just really think about that. Look. I'm gonna do this. I'm getting the fuck out of it because this shit just went wild. It just got wild. But I just want to say something, right? If you're a nigga, right? If you're a man like me, right? You laid on your back and threw your legs in the air? You got on your stomach? You got on all fours? And said, but it was a chick? Just really think about that. That's not for you. And when you make that shit for you, hey, just really think about it. You wanna even in Woody Woodpecker, when they tickled that chick, he smashed the paint and smashed the lady with the dude with the vase, remember? But I'm just saying, y'all niggas into some wild shit. So that's why a lot of this shit is just cool. That's why a lot of this shit is okay with y'all, not the kid, all right? I'm not going. Ain't that much art in the world. There's no way I'm gonna go somewhere and be like, because think about it. Think about painting. What is painting called? When you paint, what are you doing? Strokes. And I just thought about that off cap. Just, I'm witty with this shit, right now. No, the strokes is. Just really think about that. So now Jay-Z talk about he into painting and Swizz beats, and then y'all always want to be like niggas that don't want to be like you. Niggas, I was raised by men, man. I had my pops. Before crack hit, and then I had my uncles. Then I had my older brother. I don't want to be like nigga who want to be like a nigga who a mook. That ain't my thing. Fuck, I always want to be he's into this, so then you're into it. The fuck out of here. Talk about, I got paintings on my walls. And look, listen, man, them shits in Burlington be looking dope to me. I don't know. I don't know. Burlington, Galileo, I don't know none of these niggas. My art is these thumbnails and all that. If there's some shit like that and you drew that, all right, cool. But when you start drawing trees and shit, and it be like shrubs and shit, and no, look at this. The strokes are authentic, and this nigga start fucking picking up shit and be like this. No, it's authentic. How the fuck you know? So where's them shits in Burlington? Them shits in Burlington be dope. Marshalls, Ross, TJ Maxx. I'll get any of them paintings. Them shits be dope to me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You gonna come to my crib and be like, this art is a farce. The fuck am I supposed to know? This art is a farce. How dare you have these things on your wall? Fuck out of here. Anyway. So, Capricorn. You told this whole Kid Cudi story, and they didn't believe you. It wasn't, they didn't believe it in court. Kid Cudi sat there and, you know, told his truth, I guess, and they didn't believe you. Now, let me tell you where they fucked up. They messed up when they tried to do the RICO thing. RICO is normally one person, right? So when you try to do a RICO for a nigga for Dolo, come on, man, you botched that shit out the gate. Now, if they, I don't know if it was a statute of limitation on the DV, maybe that's why they didn't go for that. But that nigga was caught dead in the wrong with that. But I felt like they was just trying to pin other shit on him that was like possible hearsay. And it was just more of like a character assassination more than the truth. And even when they said he charged Biggie estate for Biggie funeral, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Miss Wallace would have went for that. But I don't know. So they said Wayne Barrow said, I don't know who Wayne Barrow is. I know Wayne was around for a while, and then, you know, respectfully, after Big died, it was a lot of weird business that was taking place because you got fucking Gravy going around right now performing as Biggie. So anything is just like, this nigga Gravy somewhere like, it was all a dream. Nigga, you was Biggie for the movie. You can stop now. All due respect. I don't know if nobody gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you here and now. Listen, my nigga, you not big. This nigga somewhere right now, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Gravy, stop. It's cool, you could do a bar mitzvah. You could do a Halloween party. Once you start getting booked and going on the stage and shit, y'all ain't say that shit. This nigga been doing that shit for years. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. Just, you know, I seen your Tubi catalog is tubing. Yo, you run Tubi. So just tube it out, man. This is all this. Stop. Because if we gonna be honest, we gonna be all the way honest when we dealing with Gravy. His Brooklyn shit wasn't that up to par. He was saying he from LG. I know niggas in LG. It wasn't really too many people that verified that. You played big. You did a role that everybody you could critically acclaim. I'm not taking nothing from you, but when you start going around performing as Big, you know you dead ass wrong. You know you dead ass wrong. I don't care if they ask you to do it. You gotta say no. You gotta say no. So, the Kid Cudi thing wasn't believable. The Capricorn. This what bothered me with Capricorn. Now, I'm not going to act like I got the greatest set of chompers in the world. Right? Like, I got my original teeth. I got my teeth. So I didn't get veneers, you know, whatever. I don't have them dinosaur teeth, them chiclet teeth that niggas be having. I got my teeth. These the same teeth my mama had. My pops ain't had no jibs, but these same teeth my mama had, this is the same teeth that Zori got. You know, people in my family, we got the same jibs, right? That's what bothered me with Capricorn. her top row of jibs is white. That bottom row, them shits is lightning yellow. So that shit was throwing me off a little bit. I'm like, yo, hold up. Her top jibs, them shit's jibbing. Them bottoms? This shit looking like a San Diego Charger uniform and shit. What the fuck? Like, if your top is white, why your bottom's yellow? I'm confused. Like, so you get up every day and look in the mirror and be like, you fucking, you drinking shit. And no, the bottom ain't. Let me put a little bit of sunny yellow. Let me put a little butter yellow at the bottom row of my teeth. The fuck? Next time you look at it. I mean, That's what I'm just saying. Like, and even if it's coffee, that top row, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the fuck? If the coffee was hitting the bottoms, they gonna hit the tops too. You don't drink with just your bottom teeth and shit. You ain't drinking coffee like this. The fuck? You don't blame it on the coffee. So I don't believe you. Cause you look in the mirror every day, you know your motherfucking etiquette ain't right, and you still like, and Diddy, man. I don't believe you. You said a lot of shit in court. They ain't believe you neither. Because a lot of shit that you was saying, he didn't get charged. I mean, he didn't get convicted of. I don't believe you. Kirk Burroughs. Kirk Burroughs was a long time partner, vice president. I remember seeing his name on stuff a long time ago. I do. The extent of him and Diddy's relationship, I don't know. Because certain shit just starts sounding weird to me. Because I never really understand how motherfuckers like get to like I don't know. I just ain't scared of nobody. Like, if you gonna tell people later, you tell the cops off the rip. Like, this motherfucker pulled out on me and made me sign some shit over and then told me he'd give it back. Yo, Eric Sermon, No, hold on. Eric Sermon. Dynamic Duo's album out now. What the fuck was Eric Sermon in there for? I looked at this shit like, Eric Sermon, no, he got an album coming out. Shit, any way we could talk about. What was the story you told us? This nigga swung on you, then played Biggie for you? What the fuck? I was befuddled. I don't know what Eric Sermon was doing in there. Just real, like, I thought this nigga gonna tell some shit that oh shit, this nigga was like, he swung on me and then what the fuck? Who casted that shit? Who casted this? Like, I was just like, this nigga was promoting this. Dynamic Duo's out now. I didn't get that. I didn't understand that. So when I started looking at the people in there, I just didn't really understand what was going on. But Kirk Burroughs, sometimes when I don't know the full extent of people's relationship, and sometimes it seems like a little I don't know, man. I'm just saying, I don't know, man. I'm gonna leave this shit alone. Because at the end of the day, right? For one thing, Biggie did not belong in Cali under no circumstances. It was too hot. They had him making records that was taunting going back to Cali. Yeah, it just was too hot. I don't. They just shouldn't have had him out there under no circumstances. So now the question is, did he want to go to London? Did he not want to go to London? Some are saying he wanted to go, but then Diddy said don't go. Regardless to what, that's still his decision. The decision of being there in the first place was his decision. Now, according to Gene Deal, he went out there because he needed money. The thing that did make sense is I know that a lot of these rappers are broke, right? A lot of them are broke. Even then, you would get an advance. So when a person says, I got 1.5 million, they're fucking lying. They don't give you your money like that. You get money put in an account for your project. As you work on different things, you get an invoice to that account. And that account, the people who handle your account will pay your invoice. So whether that's studio, when you in the studio and you eating fucking food and you writing, you done ordered a fucking sandwich that was $22 and you took a bite and said, I don't like this. You think you on, the liquor store delivers, the reefer man, all that shit is charged to your budget. The exquisite videos, charged to your budget. The ones that you got from the label to throw in the motherfucking titty bar, charged to your budget. Everything is charged to you. So that's why niggas be broke. They be like, yo, you didn't recoup. So even as far as niggas like they went gold. But we heard you shipped gold. This is back when distribution was a big deal. You had Mom and Pops, you had Circus City, Coconuts, Tower Records, shit like that. You shipped gold. You did not sell gold. So pre-orders was a big deal, and what the record stores ordered from the distributor. The distributor was also bootlegging your shit, because how is the shit on the street with these motherfucking Africans before it come out? Who was leaking it? It was the distributor. Whole nother story. So when you didn't sell 500,000, the store after a while would send the records back. That's why every record label has a room or a warehouse full of snipes. Snipes are posters. We call them snipes. Merch, hats, t-shirts, stickers. Every record label right now, they have Reasonable Doubt posters somewhere. So when you don't sell the music, the record store sends the backs. It's called chargebacks. You gotta pay for that shit because they pressed up all of this and they didn't sell them. You think they gonna take a L? That's your distribution company, but you signed to this label. So it's Island Def Jam. So you could be signed to Murder Inc. Def Jam is your distributor, and they're distributed by Universal. Whoever did your distribution is the ones who are going to charge you for the records that you didn't sell. That's when you say you're not recouped, because the budget was this, you spent this, and had you had sold this, you would have been recouped. You wouldn't own nothing. Everybody would have made their money, some sugar on top. You didn't do that, so you're not recouped. That's why shows was important. Then when they realized you can start making money from your shows and then selling merch at your shows, that's when the 360 came in, because they're like, hold up, we're taking marketing dollars, making said person a star. They're making movies that we're not getting a cut of. They're doing sellout shows. We're not getting a cut of the shows. So that's when the 360 came into play. If you look at any of the movies early on with The Rock and Kane and David Bautista, all of them should say WWE. We not letting you go in no movie, nigga, and we got you here wrestling every fucking week and promoting you and putting all this money behind you. We own your name. Look at the movies. Look at that horror flick with Kane in it. Should say WWE. This is facts. So a lot of people talk about the music industry. They got YouTubes, but they don't know shit. Why? Because they never been in the music industry. They're regurgitating shit that they don't know. I'm telling you what I know because I've been in this shit since I was 15 years old, right? So they came up with the 360 because now they're like, if they push you, then they could get money off of everything. That's why Suge Knight said a lot of people got logo deals. They don't have record deals. They got logo deals, meaning that they kind of license the music, but they don't own the music. So they'll license it. You could use it. But I don't have a functioning record label. I have a logo. So stamp the logo on it. That's why you think when Rick Ross first came out, Drake, all these artists had like 10, 20 logos on their album. Everybody got to eat. So who is he signed to? You niggas Slip and Slide, Def Jam, Maybach Music. Wasn't even no Maybach Music Group. But everybody is doing what they got to do so they could get their cut. So why the whole staff was in LA? I don't know, because they didn't really have security. That's hostile territory. You know how naive you gotta be to be in LA, fucking home, or you just think and I'm gonna be real. I really believe that Diddy got a God complex. Now, it is undisputed that the black man is God. That is the truth. But you have rulership over yourself and your dominion. You don't rule nothing over here. And I think with a lot of power comes responsibility, and also with money. When you have money and you're able to make people do shit that you normally wouldn't be able to make them do, you could get drunk with power. In his defense, I really believe in my life, I really believe in my mind, the shit that Diddy was doing was learned behavior. And we also have to remember Big, Pac, niggas was in their early 20s. Who taught them? So you got young dudes learning on the job and learning from manipulators who manipulated them, and unfortunately the person who gets tampered with start tampering. So when you got kids making grown men decisions and people's lives are at stake, and you was the fucking dancer, Think about psychologically. That's why a lot of these herbs play on the internet the way they play. That's why I don't be bragging. I'm used to this shit. I've always been lit. Even when I was a Trey. I ain't never not been me. I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not drunk with power or act like I'm somebody, especially I always been somebody. Always been somebody in my neighborhood. My pops was somebody. My uncles was somebody. My family was somebody in my neighborhood. So being popular is not no newfound thing for me. I always been popular. I always been lit. So when you see people with this newfound internet shit and they start tripping, I'm like, oh, that nigga was a nobody. Nigga was a nobody. Because being more popular shouldn't change you, right? Like, if you was popular, you was popular. What motherfuckers in different countries and different regions know me now, but I always was one of the main people in my hood, right? You know what I'm saying? So I always been lit. Always. So this don't surprise me. That's why I can have humility, because I'm not gonna get drunk with power because I got screen names of people that I don't even know what the fuck they look like telling me that I'm something. I already was that shit. I just like to share my intelligence with people and share my gift with people, but I already had it. I don't need nobody to validate me. That's just me. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, I this, I that. Yo, the proof is in the pudding. I've been doing this my fucking 19th year. So come on now. If I ain't nobody by now, and homie. Because Fat Joe made a post, right? And homie, respectfully, I just want to tell everybody, I am the king of disrespect. I haven't been disrespectful in a while, right? It could get dark. The shit that come out of my mouth, the way I think, the way I clap back is very dark. I be chilling. Because even at my ripe age, I'm still trying to grow and mature. And not react. So for the homie that's on Fat Joe post that said, oh, you got 100,000 views, a couple of 100,000 views on the Eric Sermon video in 6 years, that's terrible. Homie, you have 0 views. Not only that, you just had open heart surgery. So you know what I did, ladies and gentlemen? I summer jam screened them. This what happened. You worried about what the fuck I got or what I'm doing. You just had open heart surgery. You just had a second chance on life. And you playing? You trolling on the internet with a second chance on life? That's why everybody don't deserve a second chance. You're the prime example. Because you think you funny, you think you trolling me, not even knowing my motherfucking peta, right? Not even knowing my pedigree. And you just had open heart surgery and you on the internet fucking trolling? That's why everybody don't deserve a second chance. You just got zapped out the first time. They should have just took you. You should have just went with Elizabeth and motherfucking Red Fox. Fucking with the wrong one. I don't care. But anyway. So I watched the documentary and I took it with a grain of salt. I don't think it was any information that I didn't know. There was no new information that I was looking and saying, like, oh, wow. I feel like it was a character thing, but he don't have a. How could you assassinate somebody's character that don't really got no character? That's already fucked up. I didn't find out nothing about him that I didn't already know, for one. Two, even when he went to Harlem, I did a live stream that I told you that this nigga's outside shaking hands and kissing babies. I already knew that. But again, some of us have discernment, some of us have street smart, some of us have book smart. Not everybody has all three. Some of us see the play, but being that our voices are muffled and filtered, and what we say gets regurgitated by somebody who got a bigger platform, you'll believe them. Now, even when he said who got hand sanitizer, did y'all ever see that time that George Bush was in Africa and he was shaking them people's hand and he wiped his hand on the people who was like, fuck out of here. So nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me. So when a nigga say I need hand sanitizer, me personally, I had become addicted to wiping my hands we always fucking, first of all, a few years ago, we was all going outside dressed like astronauts. We had fucking gloves on our hands. We touch shit with the glove. Like, and then get in the car with the gloves that you touch shit on. So come on, man. Like, that's what your white blood cells is for. Like, you be all right. But at that particular time, we was thinking a motherfucker might sneeze. Remember when niggas sneeze and cough? We was like, yo, you good? Remember that shit? That shit fucked us up. So I knew that was all cap. I didn't look at him like he's a POS. Like it didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like what do we expect? But I didn't see the need for us to see a documentary and say that. But I think in those situations, when we look at shit and we say, man, that's fucked up. He charged Biggie family. I'm gonna need more confirmation because I just don't believe everybody who talk. I'm just not one of them people that people say shit and I be like, man, that's messed up. Because if that happened, like let's say that happened, and you got people who's in the know, not everybody know Biggie business. Not everybody know Bad Boy business. So if that happened, the fuck y'all just saying that shit now for? See, that's me. When shit be happening and I bear witness to it, I ain't holding water. I ain't holding nobody fucked up secrets. Like, you can't tell me, could you keep a secret? Nope. Because if you tell me some wild shit, now if it's some criminal shit and you my man, that's different. But if you tell me, yo, between me and you, I punched this old lady in the head yesterday in Target, I'm not gonna think that shit is cute. I'm not gonna be like, and the nigga told me he punched the lady in the head, because this is all I see. I'm sitting in a space where people want to tell me shit after the fact, and I always be like, so when did you know it was wrong? Think about everybody that I've interviewed. I've always asked them, so when did you realize the shit wasn't normal? There's no way that I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? There's no way that I'm going to sit around any abnormality and be like, first of all, if I walk in somewhere, you can't burn no incense to get rid of the smell of butt and balls. Could we start there? Ain't no incense, ain't no Febreze, ain't no Yankee candles, ain't no Bath and Body Works. If I go somewhere and the smell is uncomfortable, if one of y'all niggas is musty, one of y'all niggas got the dragon, I'm gonna go in there like, yo, fuck is it? Y'all niggas stink. You can't get rid of certain shit. So for you to be around certain shit and you went back and then you want to say, yeah, man, you went back though. That's what I'm saying. Yo, man, you went back. I'm not going back nowhere. That smell like butt and balls. It just ain't happening. You know when you running around the crib, you worked out, you know you got to hit that water. You start smelling a little frowsy. You like, yo, Dad, I got to go hit this water. You smell that shit, walk around. These niggas was in the hot tub together. Niggas was calling each other daddy and all that shit. Nah, the nigga name was fucking Puff Daddy. What the fuck is a puff? You calling another man. All right, man. I'm about to fuck up out of here. Because just think about that. Niggas is musty. Niggas is sleeping together. I don't give a fuck how many chicks is there. I need my own room. Once I go to the bathroom, hold on. Once I go to the bathroom and I see another nigga ass hair on the toilet, I'm out. That's just me. I don't even like when I go to the bathroom and the nigga motherfucking brush his teeth too close and you see all that toothpaste on the mirror. Like, yo, which one of y'all niggas brushing your teeth mad close? So imagine you see a nigga ass hair on the toilet. Or you know how some niggas, you go in the same, you know, when you was younger, you had to share the bathroom with family. Some nigga might have raw dogged the soap. You grab the soap, you want to put that shit on your rag because black people do not say washcloth. We say rag. Let's get this shit correct. We say rag. Okay? You grab your rag, you want to throw your soap, and the nigga raw dog the soap. And you start seeing motherfucking hair on the soap. You ain't fucking with that soap. If you drop the soap, pause, and the shit hit the ground, and you see mad hair on the soap, you ain't fucking with that soap. So imagine big grown-ass men. Big grown-ass men sleeping together in the same, using the same bathroom, and towels together. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Anybody who was there wanted to be there. You can't tell later. Because ain't no way, hey, listen, ain't no money worth it if it wasn't worth it in the end. First of all, hold on. Let me go back here before I go. I won't go back somewhere before I go. Hold on. So you mean to tell me this dude, Rodney, produce shit, was waking up sore, seen some heinous shit take place, according to him, and you ain't get paid? Nigga, you got beat? A nigga 52 faked you? A nigga ass betted you, literally? Hold on. So was it worth it? If the nigga allegedly tickled your fancy, you made all this music, you didn't get paid, was it worth it? Just really think about that. Was it worth it? You can't come crying to us now. Was it worth it? That's why I be like, yo, that shit is cap. Ain't no money worth my uncomfortability. It's just me. I don't know. Ain't no money. And uncomfortable doesn't mean that I can't follow direction. I can't fall in line. That's cool. But once niggas start making me do shit, or a nigga just think he got dominance over me, because I don't know if y'all know, but it's very erotic when men be trying to dominate other men. And it's a lot of that going on when niggas be like, oh, you don't listen, yo, I told you. The fuck is you to tell me anything? You can advise me. You could suggest something, but you don't tell me nothing. I had a nigga who was living with me before. The long story, nigga was destitute. Nigga was like, you don't listen to nobody. Fuck is you, nigga? You live in my shit. You fucked up. What you mean you don't listen? Fuck I'm listening to you for, nigga. You ain't shit. You ain't got shit. And I tell you all the time, I don't listen to. I don't listen to. I don't. I'm hard-headed. Yeah, I'm hard. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm hard-headed. Word. You saying that based off what? How you feel? Fuck, I give a fuck about another nigga feelings. Because the nigga who tell you the most what you got to do is the nigga who never did it. Because real niggas who did it don't share info. Real nigga not trying to get you, bring you up. Niggas don't share. Niggas don't give you the plug. Niggas don't say, yo, do this, do that. I mean, I have. But I'm the change I want to see. Niggas are, yo, nah, what you got? Any nigga would start, what you got to do now? How many times do you hear that? Nah, what you got to do now? How the fuck you know? Nah, because Hove, once a nigga call a nigga Hove, I know that nigga is Jay-Z and that's the rap. I ain't calling nigga no nickname. I don't got pet names for niggas and nicknames. I don't give a fuck. I don't got no nickname for no nigga. That's just me. I don't call niggas nicknames. You start having names for short, and I ain't calling you that neither. I'm gonna call you what you introduce yourself to the culture as. Now, if you do a name change, that's like, yeah, the nigga Rose. Nah, Hove. I was with Jomo. Just listen to yourself. Say that shit in the mirror. Nah, cause Hove. Nah, Rose. I don't call niggas nicknames. I don't care what nigga. Fucking chicks might call that nigga that shit. I'm calling a nigga a nickname. Before Biggie was Biggie Smalls, he was Fat Chris. We had 3 Chris in my neighborhood. Country Chris, who I don't know if he free. We had another dude named Slobbermouth Chris because he used to just talk and spit everywhere. And Fat Chris. So we had to differentiate the Chris's. Big was Fat Chris. Once he became Biggie, that was some rap shit. So it was easy to call a nigga Biggie. I know that I never was like fucking the notorious B.I.G. That nigga name is Big. I said we just call a nigga Big. Prior to Fat Chris, but I ain't calling no fucking nickname. You fucking got pet names and nicknames for niggas. Not the kid. You know what I'm saying? Even when niggas be like, yo, Kiss. That nigga name's Jada Kiss to me. I ain't gonna, yo, nah, me and Kiss. I just ain't doing it. For those who do it, salute to you. I'm not calling a nigga Kiss. That's like a nigga named motherfucking Delicious. That's like a nigga named Juicy and shit. Yo, nah, me and my nigga Juicy is a... Who? Nah, I ain't calling that nigga that. What's that nigga real name? I call you by government. I ain't, yo, nah, that's my man Juicy. He good. Fuck is we doing? Niggas with stripper names? Nah, not me. I'm just old school. I'm sorry. I'm old school. I was raised by men. They put boxing gloves on me when I was like 4. You know what I'm saying? They had us boxing, so we was raised with proper etiquette. No punk shit, no none of that shit. We you know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't raised like that. I ain't calling no nigga Delicious. I just, nigga got a fucking, that's what I said. The nigga name is the Destroyer, Dragon Slayer. You really refer to this nigga as the Dragon Slayer and Dominator and all that? What the fuck is, nah. What's that nigga real name? I ain't Franklin. We just gonna deal with that. I ain't the Dominator. Fuck is this nigga real? You the nigga. Calling you no nickname. Whatever you came in the coach as, that's who you are. I don't call that nigga Juicy J either. I just say 3-6. I'll just deal with that. I don't even talk about that nigga with that arm. What's his name? What's the nigga with the arm name? DJ Paul. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that nigga. I don't even talk about, look, man. I don't know. I'm just a different nigga, right? I'm just different. I don't know. I'm not even trying to be funny or front. That's just me. Calling a nigga fucking nickname. But so all right, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Before I go, I have to say, rest in peace to Tyrone Williams, aka Fly Ty, who was manager to the Stars, then started Cold Chillin' Records, and was a genius in the music business. Definitely was my OG. We text a lot. We didn't talk often. But the last talk that we had, the last two talks, I got an interview with him too. That's so dope. I got an interview with Fly Ty. I got an interview with Fly Ty. Like I got an interview with Fly Ty. 2021 was a turbulent year for me. You know, I've been through a lot that year, and I remember him texting me, and he said, "Son, what's going on?" I said, "None. I'm chilling." He said, "Nah, what's going on? Something is wrong." He said, "I know you. Something is wrong." And he called me. He said, come on, son, tell me what's wrong." And I said, you know, my brother just passed, and my aunt passed, my brother just passed. At this time, my sister didn't pass, but he just knew that something was wrong with me. I don't even know how he knew. I didn't even post rest in peace and none of that shit. I didn't do none of that. And he just was like, something is wrong. I don't know if it was the way I was posting on Facebook or what I was doing. And he texted me. It was in my other phone. And he just was like, yo, son, what's wrong? You know, and one thing about Ty was like, he's like a father figure, you know, like again, man, you know, he took me to mad states. Like I was 15 years old. I was DJing for Roxanne Shante. We went to Chicago. We went to Kentucky. We went to Arizona. We went on a tour. We went mad places, all because of Ty. And I remember when the tour happened, this is the Source tour. So if you ever hear me talking to Benzino about the Source tour, the Source magazine threw one tour. On that tour was people who became famous and had a camaraderie from that time till now. On that tour was Roxanne Shante. And the condition of Shante going on the tour was she had to take us, which we was the little bastards. They had to take us. So we went on a tour. Biz Markie, rest in peace. The almighty RSO. A group named Power Rule. A guy by the name of OC. A guy by the name of Buck Wild. A guy by the name of Lord Finesse. And two guys by the name of Organized Confusion. One guy named was Pharaoh Monch and one guy named was Prince Poe. Then it was the A-Team. Hot Dog, Frank Nitty. There was also two guys named Trackmasters. One guy named was Red Hot Lover Tone. One guy named was Pokey. And this was the first tour I was on. The tour started in North Carolina. I didn't leave with the tour bus. Myself, Pokey, and another guy in the group, the hype man in the group named Hev, we drove down and to North Carolina in a rental. Pokey, yes, that Poke. His name is not Poke, it's Pokey from Trackmasters. The guy who also set up my equipment for me. The guy who also went to Sam Ash with us when we bought the equipment, and he came to the crib. So I learned production from Trackmasters. Like, they didn't show me how to use shit. They just was like, this do this, this do this, this do this. So there was no room for us on the tour bus. Myself, Pokey, and Hev. So we were gonna go home. We came to North Carolina, we was gonna go home. We wasn't getting per diem. I wasn't getting per diem back then. It was just the main two rappers. But then Ty was like, he's here, he could be the DJ for Shantae and his group. And I take care of him. So Ty made sure I ate every day. He gave me per diem every day. I don't know if y'all know what per diem is. Per diem is an allowance so you can eat. And I was about 15 or 16 years old. He gave me per diem every day. Yeah. So I owe a lot to Ty. We did a dope ass interview. I also took Biggie to fly Ty to try to get him signed to Cold Chillin', as well as Mr. C. In that interview, we talk about that. So rest in peace to Fly Ty, man. Like, responsible for a lot. Big Daddy Kane, MC Shan, Craig G, the Juice Crew. Yeah, the whole Juice Crew. Sir Juice is Mr. Magic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, rest in peace to Half. So again, yeah, rest in peace to Ty. Like I said, I had many conversations with him. And rest in peace to Granddaddy IU too, my big bro, who told Ty, you gotta do the interview with him. It's not too many Fly Ty interviews, but this shit that I got is just so crazy. I actually think it's on here. So I had pulled this out. It's either on here or on here. It's on one of these. I think it might be a little distasteful to put it out now. A lot of people was mourning, but this is the beginning of him talking about how Roxanne Shantae story came about, the bridge, Karis one. We talk about so much, but I just had to end the show with that. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Hit the like button, leave me a comment later. Like I said, what I try to do with my lives, I try to be entertaining as possible when I'm not taking callers. I try to make sure y'all not bored. As you see, I don't drink water, I don't smoke, I don't take breaks. I don't, I'm here for y'all because y'all here for me, and I try to just give y'all good content as much as possible. For those who know me, per diem is per day, yes. For those who know me, I'm fucking crazy. For those who don't know me, you learned it tonight and you've seen other nights. But I got people who've been rocking with me for a while, and I really wouldn't be doing a lot if it wasn't for y'all. Some days, especially today, I wasn't even going to get on today. Like, I don't know. I'm very in tune with the universe. I can always feel and sense when something is not right in the atmosphere. And when I seen the Fly Ty thing, I didn't speak. One of his daughters, me and her grew up together. Shout out to Misha. Shout out to Starlight. Shit is crazy. So, yeah. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Share it on your social media. If you got any social media pages, just hit the share button. All you got to do is go under it, hit share, and leave a comment after the fact. Even if you just tell me where you're from, the comments are very, very important. Although I appreciate y'all in the chat. Of course, I appreciate any super chat that I got. I appreciate any cash app I might have had. Or financial support is very, very important. I'm independent. I do not have Rock Nation. I do not have any of these big conglomerates actually funding me. That's why I can say what I want and do what I want within the terms of service of this platform. But I appreciate y'all, and if it wasn't for y'all, I probably wouldn't come on here every day, because you plenty of times probably thought about quitting your job, quitting whatever. I think about quitting every day. I'm just being transparent, especially around this time of the year. This is family time. This is not a good time for some people because we got Halloween. Halloween is for the children. Then we got Thanksgiving is family. Then we got Christmas is for family. And, you know, people exchange gifts and show appreciation for one another. And I ain't got none of that shit. Y'all are my family. You know, I got family members, but I don't have immediate family with me. Y'all are my family. So that's why I appreciate y'all. You know, that's why I come on here. That's why I try to give great content and have fun, because my family is online. And the way a lot of y'all hit me, you know, I know y'all really give a fuck about me. So that's why I don't be crashing out, letting y'all down with a lot of shit. But yeah. But shout out to my family. I do have family members, but not immediate. Everybody is scattered, and then a lot of my family passed away. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all know, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So and for Thanksgiving, I did get up with my first cousins. They're females. My first cousins, my father and their father's brothers. So I got up with my cousin Shatara and got up with my cousin Aaliyah and their children. They got daughters. So I went around to show, y'all got a big cousin, a male cousin, because they're younger than me. So I had to just show them, y'all do got men in your family. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do got men in your family. And me, I'm a protector. So I ain't having it. You know what I'm saying? So and one day I'm going to speak about the holidays, because even with the holidays, I feel like we got kind of duped a little bit. If you grew up militant, if you grew up religion, if you grew up with knowledge of self in any way, we always shunned and dissed the holidays. But damn, this is the time of the year that it be a lot of togetherness. And you really think about it. It's the time of the year where it's a lot of togetherness, and many of us was running away from the togetherness. And now what I wouldn't do to sit at that table, that Thanksgiving table with my brother, my sister, my grandmother, my aunt, and my uncles, what I wouldn't do for that. So don't take that shit for granted. Don't get caught up in internet shit. Don't get caught up in, you know better, but any chance you could get to spend with your family, do it, because you take that shit for granted. When it's gone, you're going to miss it. So what I wouldn't do to have my Uncle Fred rice, you know what I'm saying? Like what I wouldn't do for my uncle to be making that turkey ham, and because he made the ham with pineapples and all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So don't take this shit for granted. Don't look at it like, you know, it's the white man shit and all that, you know. Nah, don't do that, man. Anytime you can sit somewhere with your blood, your family, do that shit. Do not get fooled and duped by these fucking bozos who really celebrate that shit, or say they don't celebrate Christmas, they celebrate Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa ain't nothing but nigga Christmas created by an agent. On that note, I'm out. Torian Howard, I appreciate you. Kwanzaa ain't nothing but nigga Christmas created by an agent. That's just the truth. Look it up for yourself. I'm out. I appreciate y'all. Peace. And if you hit the logo, you can subscribe to the channel. Also, watch these 2 related videos. And don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
did you hear what I said? I said